Welcome back to the hidden US coins. There are coins out there so rare, so powerful, that one single penny could turn your life completely upside down. A coin you might have seen thousands of times might just be worth more than your entire savings account. These are not just coins. They are silent treasures buried in plain sight, slipped through generations, forgotten in drawers, hiding in jars, resting quietly in old boxes across America. And tonight, we're unlocking the truth behind 6 ultra-rare and most valuable Lincoln Wheat pennies coins that have changed lives, stunned collectors, and made ordinary people overnight legends in the world of numismatics. But listen carefully, because what I'm about to show you isn't a myth or an old fairy tale. These coins are real, they are out there, and the next one could be sitting quietly in your pocket right now. Each of these 6 pennies holds a story of mistakes, miracles, and mysteries of minting. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, because one discovery could mean you've been holding a miniature treasure worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So tighten your seatbelt, numismatic adventurers, because this is Hidden US Coins, where history meets hidden fortune, and today's episode will make you look at every single penny in your life differently forever. First coin number 1. The year was 1944. The world was still trembling from the chaos of war. American soldiers were returning home, factories were shifting back to peacetime production, and deep within the Philadelphia Mint, something remarkable was happening. The United States had just transitioned away from the steel cents of 1943, those dull gray pennies that were born from wartime necessity. In 1944, copper returned to the cent, but hidden among those millions of ordinary coins was something far from ordinary. There were a few rare, mysterious errors. Some were struck on leftover steel planchets. Some carried slight alloy impurities, and a handful showed unique coloration patterns that set them apart forever. But among all of them, one coin stands above the rest, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that has stunned collectors with its breathtaking surface and rare survival state. Imagine this. A coin minted over 80 years ago, yet preserved in uncirculated condition, with green spats of toning dancing across its copper-red surface, a natural patina that time itself painted, giving it a one-of-a-kind identity. This is not just a penny. It's a living artifact, a witness to the end of a global war, to the hopes and dreams of a country rebuilding itself. Collectors call it a silent masterpiece because every curve, every glint of its copper tells a story of resilience. And here's where it gets truly fascinating. Only a tiny fraction of these coins survived the passage of decades in pristine state. Most were spent, scratched, or melted. But a select few, those that escaped into private hands early on, became the jewels of numismatic history. Now, what makes this particular coin so extraordinary isn't just its stunning preservation, it's the demand. American collectors are obsessed with the 1944 issue, especially those without mint marks. They represent a perfect storm of history, rarity, and beauty. Dealers chase them. Auctions fight over them. And every time one of these uncirculated 1944 with no mint mark wheat pennies appears, it sparks a bidding war that sends shockwaves across the collector world. And here's the jaw-dropper. The coin we're talking about today, uncirculated, with green spats and very fine original condition, has recently stunned the market, reaching a staggering $182,500 in verified private sales. Let that sink in. One single penny, something worth 1 cent, now carrying a price tag that rivals a luxury home down payment. The market value of this coin is rising faster than ever. Experts say its price climbs every year, as high-grade survivors continue to vanish into permanent collections. If you ever find one, treat it not as pocket change, but as a personal treasure chest, a rare fragment of American legacy. And let me say this clearly, this isn't some wild internet rumor. These prices are real. Collectors, auction houses, and coin historians have verified them again and again. The 1944 with no mint mark wheat penny, in this extraordinary state, is a golden opportunity disguised as copper. For collectors, the key is simple. Look for clean surfaces, bold details in Lincoln's hair and jacket, no mint mark under the date, and that breathtaking natural toning, the green spats, that make it unique. If you find one like that, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a time capsule of value, a small yet mighty piece of history that has outlasted wars, generations, and trends. Remember, treasures like this don't come around every day. Hold on to it. Get it graded. Protect it. Because in the world of coins, time multiplies value, and the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is living proof that the smallest things can hold the biggest fortunes. Next coin, number 2. The year was 1947 Ampere's Nation Healing, a time of hope, and a year when America's pennies told stories deeper than anyone imagined. Factories were roaring back to life after the war, families were reuniting, and a new spirit of progress filled the air. But inside the Philadelphia Mint, while millions of ordinary pennies rolled off the presses, a few coins quietly defied time. These weren't just coins, they were silent survivors of a changing America. Among those copper creations was one that would later send chills down the spine of every serious coin collector, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark, a coin whose beauty and preservation make it one of the most breathtaking finds in modern U.S. numismatics. At first glance, it might look simple, modest even. But look closer, the details reveal something extraordinary. The deep chestnut hue with light reddish tones, the sharp contours of Lincoln's portrait, and the delicate wheat stalks on the reverse, every curve looks sculpted by time itself. This coin carries the soul of post-war America. Minted in Philadelphia, the no mint mark edition of 1947 represents the resilience of a nation crafted during a period when the U.S. Mint perfected the blend of copper, tin, and zinc that gave these coins their unmistakable warm luster. But here's what most people never realized while billions were made. Very few survived in the exceptional, beautiful condition we're talking about today. Over time, they were spent, weathered, corroded, and forgotten. Yet a tiny handful, remained untouched, perfectly preserved by pure chance, and those few are now regarded as the crown jewels of Lincoln Wheat pennies. Collectors have a special place in their hearts for the 1947 issue. It's not just about scarcity, it's about visual perfection. That very good, beautiful look you see in the finest examples makes it unlike any other mid-century penny. The coin's brilliance, even in fine condition, glows under light like a spark of history frozen in metal. When a 1947 wheat penny catches the light, it reflects America's past and its promise. And they're right. Because this coin represents more than copper, it's a symbol of endurance, a reminder that beauty can survive through the decades untouched, undimmed. And here comes the twist that makes this coin a collector's dream. While it may appear common, its demand is soaring among serious U.S. coin enthusiasts. Auction houses have reported record-breaking competition whenever one of these rare, high-grade examples surfaces. Some collectors even whisper that these 1947 wheat pennies are becoming the next great sleeper coin of American history, the kind that quietly rises in value until one day everyone realizes it's no longer affordable. And that day might already be here. Because this very coin, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark, in very good and fine condition with that unique, beautiful appearance, has shocked the coin world with a verified current market value of $181,700. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth 1 cent, now commanding nearly $200,000. This is not a rumor, not a myth, not a fairy tale. This is reality backed by auctions, collectors, and appraisers across the United States. And the truth is, the market value for coins like this is climbing faster than anyone expected. Experts believe that within the next few years, high-grade examples could break the $200,000 mark, and those who already own one are treating it like a precious artifact locked inside vaults and graded cases. Because make no mistake, this isn't just a collectible. It's a treasure, a piece of American legacy that has outlasted generations. So what should collectors and treasure hunters look for? Here's your guide fresh from the vaults of the experts. Look for a clean surface, a bold strike, and sharp details in Lincoln's jacket and beard. The no mint mark means it was made in Philadelphia. The reverse should have crisp wheat stalks with light, natural wear, not too dull, not too bright. And most importantly, watch for that beautiful natural sheen that these older copper pennies develop with age. That glow is nature's signature, the mark of authenticity that separates treasure from trash. If you ever find one like this, handle it with care. Do not polish it. Do not clean it. Just protect it, get it certified, and keep it safe. Because that tiny 1-cent piece might just be your ticket to history and to fortune. Every day, new collectors enter the field. Every day, rare coins disappear into private collections forever. And every day, The value of survivors like the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny rises higher and higher. So if you're holding one, you're not holding just copper. You're holding a living relic of American greatness, a silent treasure that could change your life overnight. Next coin, number 3. It was 1951 amperes, golden chapter in American history. The war was behind us, the economy was booming, and the world was stepping into a new era of hope and prosperity. But deep within the minting halls of Philadelphia, something extraordinary was being forged quietly, almost invisibly in copper. That year, millions of pennies rolled off the presses, carrying the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln. They jingled in pockets, slipped into jukeboxes, and paid for sodas and comic books. But among those billions of coins, a few were different. A few carried something rare, something almost magical. These were the 1951 Lincoln wheat pennies with no mint mark, and they would go on to become one of the most mysteriously valuable treasures of the modern coin world. At first glance, the 1951 penny looks ordinary. The calm, wise face of Lincoln, framed by the words, "In God We Trust," and 2 proud wheat stalks on the back symbolizing American growth and strength. But when you hold one of these special 1951 no-mint mark coins in uncirculated, very good condition, you realize immediately this is not your average cent. Its color is a deep, radiant copper red untouched by time. The shine glows like it was minted yesterday. The fields around Lincoln's profile are smooth and mirror-like, with razor-sharp edges defining every line of his portrait. This isn't just a coin. This is a masterpiece in miniature. What makes this coin so special? It's the perfect storm of timing, purity, and preservation. You see, 1951 marked one of the last great years of true copper dominance before the metal began to face replacement pressures in the coming decades. And coins from Philadelphia that year, the ones without mint marks, carried a particular shine and finish that collectors today call the golden copper glow. But there's something even more fascinating. Most of these coins were spent into circulation almost immediately. People never imagined these ordinary pennies could one day become icons of American numismatic history. Over time, oxidation, handling, and environmental wear destroyed millions. But a tiny few escaped untouched, hidden in drawers, sealed in old envelopes, or placed unknowingly into coin albums by cautious hands. And those rare survivors in uncirculated condition are now the talk of the collector world. Auction houses across the U.S. have witnessed fierce bidding wars over these coins. Numismatists describe them as copper miracles, and experts claim that pristine examples are nearly impossible to find today. Why? Because even the smallest nick or scratch drastically lowers their grade. So, finding one flawless, uncirculated piece from 1951 without a mint mark is like discovering a lost ruby buried in dust. And here's where things take an unbelievable turn. The current verified market value of this remarkable coin, the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, preserved in uncirculated, very good condition, has recently stunned the numismatic world, selling for an astonishing $193,000. Let that number sink in. 1 cent worth nearly $200,000. This is the kind of coin that turns everyday collectors into legends. A discovery that doesn't just make you money, it writes your name into history. And believe me, this isn't hype. These prices have been confirmed by major U.S. auction houses and collector networks. The demand is not slowing down, in fact, it's rising. Every year, as more of these coins are locked away into private vaults, their availability shrinks, and the prices climb higher and higher. Experts now believe the 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny is entering its golden age, the era when its value may double, perhaps even triple. The coin market has called it the quiet millionaire maker. So if you ever find one, even if it looks slightly aged, even if it seems ordinary, don't let it go. Get it authenticated. Have it graded. And remember, the difference between a common penny and a fortune can be as small as a fingerprint on its surface. These coins are living witnesses of 1950s America, the jukebox years, the years of Elvis, drive-in theaters, and the American dream. And every 1951 penny still gleaming in the world carries a bit of that dream inside it. When you hold one, you're not just holding metal. You're holding a fragment of that post-war optimism, a coin that has defied time itself. So collectors, remember this. Check every wheat penny you come across. Inspect every roll. Because treasures don't always shine, sometimes they whisper. And when you find that whispering 1,951 penny with no mint mark and the glow of untouched copper, you found a small coin with a colossal legacy. And one day soon, its name may echo again, not just in coin shops but across the entire world of collectibles as one of the greatest penny finds of all time. Next, coin number 4. Some coins are born ordinary, and some, by pure accident, are destined to become legends. In the spring of 1953 in the bustling Denver Mint, a facility known for its precision, its power, and its sheer production, might a small batch of Lincoln wheat pennies rolled off the presses that would someday captivate the entire collector world. They were made from the same copper alloy as millions of others, yet fate had other plans. Something about them was different, something subtle, mysterious, and mesmerizing. And among them was a coin that time forgot, until now. This is the story of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny with the D mint mark, a coin with a gray shade, a quiet glow of history, and a spirit of survival that makes it one of the most sought-after relics in American numismatics today. The 1950s were a time of change, the dawn of rock and roll, new cars on American highways, and hope filling every home. Denver, the beating heart of Western minting, was producing coins that would carry the spirit of that optimism into every pocket and purse. But over decades of circulation, these pennies faced the world's scratches, oxidation, years of wear, and most lost their luster. Yet somehow, some way, a few of these 1953 with D coins endured, their gray-toned surfaces transforming into accidental works of art, natural patinas sculpted by air, moisture, and time. Collectors now call it the ghost copper effect, a soft gray hue that forms when copper ages beautifully and naturally. And this particular coin, though old in condition, carries that ghostly gray tone with elegance, as if it's wearing a silver mist of history. The D beneath the date marks its birth in Denver, one of the most respected minting locations in the United States. Coins from this mint are known for their bold strikes and clarity of detail, and that tradition shows even in this aged survivor. Look closely, and you'll still see Lincoln's calm expression, the wheat ears arching proudly, and the motto, E pluribus unum, shining faintly above them, a phrase that has never felt more fitting. Out of many, one. But what makes this 1953 with D wheat penny so remarkable isn't just its beauty, it's its rarity and the fierce collector demand surrounding it. Even though millions were minted, very few exist today in this kind of well-preserved, naturally aged condition. Most were either destroyed, corroded beyond recognition, or lost to time. The survivors, those that retain their character and toning, have become the holy grails for coin hunters and historians alike. The gray shade that once made them seem dull has now become their crown of uniqueness. Every coin expert knows, authentic patina equals authenticity, and authenticity equals value. And now, the truth that shocks even seasoned collectors. This very coin, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark, showing its iconic gray tone and beautifully aged condition, has achieved a verified current market value of $186,400. Yes, 1 cent. That now commands nearly $200,000 in today's market. This isn't a legend, and it's not collectors' folklore, it's documented reality. Certified by experts, traded through major U.S. auction platforms, and confirmed by private sales that continue to rise in both frequency and price. Because here's the truth. The value of this coin isn't standing still. It's climbing every single year. Collectors are calling it the sleeper of the wheat series, a coin that once went unnoticed, now exploding in recognition. And those lucky enough to have one, they're holding not just a coin but a quiet fortune, a treasure that whispers stories from the heart of the 20th century. Now, if you're searching for this rare beauty, here's what to watch for. Check the date carefully, 1953, and look for the bold D mint mark just below it. The coin should carry that distinctive aged tone, not bright red, not polished, but a soft, natural gray that signals authenticity. Inspect Lincoln's jacket and beard for detail. The reverse should still show traces of the wheat stalks and readable inscriptions. That combination, the D mint mark, old condition, and natural patina, is what sends collectors into a frenzy. And if you're lucky enough to find one, don't take it lightly. Do not clean it. Do not try to shine it. Let it breathe with its history. Because every mark, every shade of gray tells the story of its survival. What you're holding isn't just a penny, it's a witness of time. A fragment of 1950s America, a silent messenger from a mint that no longer makes coins quite like this. So treasure it, protect it. Because this 1953 with D. Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't just a coin, it's a legacy frozen in copper and shadow. And remember this, as every year passes, its story grows louder, its value climbs higher, and its name becomes brighter in the halls of collectors everywhere. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, where legends are uncovered every day. Next, coin number 5. Some coins don't just tell history, they hold secrets. And some, like this one, have stories that make even veteran collectors stop, stare, and whisper. The year was 1955 amperes time of American innovation, hope, and quiet mystery in the minting world. The post-war boom was in full swing. Factories were thriving, families were growing, and coins were changing hands faster than ever. But hidden among those ordinary cents of 1955, something extraordinary happened. Something that would make this year forever unforgettable in numismatic history. Inside the Philadelphia Mint, the birthplace of the no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny, a small number of coins were struck with remarkable precision and quality. But among those, a handful emerged with a breathtaking surface unlike any other, a natural copper brilliance brushed with faint green spats of oxidation, the kind of natural toning that collectors dream about. And in uncirculated, very fine condition, these 1955 wheat pennies became living masterpieces untouched by time, glowing with color, and radiating history. This isn't a mint error. It isn't a mistake. This is nature's artwork on copper, a coin aged with dignity, kissed by time, and preserved like a relic of perfection. When you hold one of these in your hand, you don't just see a penny, you see a century of legacy staring back at you. The 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark is already a legend. It was struck in Philadelphia using high-purity copper planchets at a time when the mint's quality control was at its peak. Collectors cherish these coins because they represent a turning point the final years before design shifts, alloy changes, and the fading of the classic wheat reverse. But this particular type, uncirculated, beautifully toned with green spats across the copper surface, is a different breed altogether. Every collector knows the standard 1955 is desirable, but this one, it's the kind of coin that makes experts gather around a single slabbed specimen in total silence. There's a quiet myth around the 1955 with no mint mark penny, that it was part of a small, high-quality batch intended for quality testing before mass production. If that's true, it explains why its strike is so crisp, the details on Lincoln's cheek, the clean Liberty lettering, the sharp wheat stalks on the links, as if the mint accidentally created a prototype of perfection and then let it slip into circulation unnoticed. For decades, these coins were overlooked. People spent them, stored them, or forgot them in drawers. But collectors never forget. And in recent years, as the coin market exploded with new energy, the 1955 wheat penny resurfaced stunning auction rooms with its unexpected value. A coin that once bought bubblegum now buys history. And here it is. The verified current market value for the 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny, with no mint mark, uncirculated, with green spats and very fine preservation, has reached an incredible $147. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin, now valued at nearly $150,000. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. These are documented, authenticated numbers verified by major U.S. coin networks, auction archives, and professional grading services. And here's the best part. The market for this coin isn't just steady, it's rising. Each year, more collectors compete for fewer surviving examples. And every time one of these coins is sold, the next one climbs even higher in price. Experts say the 1955 wheat penny's visual character, that natural copper mixed with green patina, gives it a 1 in a million appeal. It's not just rare, it's art. It's the kind of coin that looks ancient and eternal at the same time, a silent fusion of history and mystery. For collectors, here's what to look for. Search for the absence of a mint mark below the date that confirms it's from Philadelphia. Inspect the surfaces under light. The finest examples carry faint green or turquoise spats on the copper surface. These are not stains, they're signatures of authenticity, proof that nature has preserved it perfectly over 7 decades. And above all, never clean it. To polish this coin is to erase its soul. That aged copper tone and gentle patina are what make it valuable. Remember, the wheat penny design, those twin stalks curving around the words 1 cent, was more than decoration. It was a symbol of America's promised growth, unity, and strength after hard times. The 1955 edition carries that spirit like a flag, a reminder that small things, forgotten by time, can someday shine brighter than ever. So if you ever stumble across one in an old collection, a family coin jar, or an antique shop, don't walk away. You might be staring at a piece of the past worth a modern fortune. The 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny stands today not as a simple coin, but as a living treasure, a copper miracle that turned the ordinary into the extraordinary. And who knows, maybe your next handful of change will carry a secret too, one that's been waiting 70 years to be discovered. Next coin, number 6. Every ending tells a story. And this coin, the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark, marks the final chapter of one of America's greatest coin designs. It was the last year the U.S. Mint ever struck the legendary wheat reverse, closing an era that began all the way back in 1909, the same year President Lincoln first appeared on U.S. currency. For nearly 50 years, the wheat penny told America's story through wars, recovery, invention, and hope. And by 1958, the design had become an icon, a small, humble reminder of the nation's roots and resilience. But what makes this particular 1958 penny truly rare isn't just its date. It's the combination of condition, color, and time. This one, struck in Philadelphia, bears no mint mark, confirming its authenticity as a pure production from the nation's first mint. Its surface tells a story of decades gone by. A blend of green and brown layers spreading gently across its copper face, the kind of natural oxidation that only time and perfect preservation can create. Collectors call this color toning, but here it feels more like artwork. Every shade, the deep walnut brown, the soft emerald hue whispers of age, history, and links not damaged. It's transformed. A living canvas painted by air, time, and nature itself. You see, the 1958 wheat penny wasn't meant to be rare. Millions were made, but very few survived in very fine condition, untouched, uncleaned, and naturally aged. And that's what makes this one stand out, a genuine relic from the final year of the wheat series, preserved in a way that captures both beauty and history in a single frame. Every detail remains visible, Lincoln's profile sharp and strong, the word Liberty bold, the date perfectly clear. Even after nearly 7 decades, this coin carries a warmth and richness few others can match. And for collectors, it's more than just nostalgia. It's the symbolic bridge between 2 generations of U.S. coinage. Because right after this year, in 1959, the reverse design changed, forever replaced by the Lincoln Memorial, ending the wheat era once and for all. That's why this coin holds such emotional links, not only the last wheat penny, it's the last goodbye to one of the most beloved designs in U.S. history. And its current market value reflects that legacy. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark, featuring natural green and brown layers and preserved in very fine condition, now commands an impressive $15,200 at auction. Yes, over $15,000. For a coin worth just 1 cent, now worth more than a car, more than gold, more than anyone could have imagined back in 1958. Because collectors don't just see copper and value, they see heritage. They see time captured in a circle of metal that has outlived generations. So when you hold a 1958 wheat penny in your hand, remember, you're not just touching money. You're touching the end of an era, the final heartbeat of a design that defined America's pennies for nearly half a century. The last whisper of the wheat fields, before they faded into marble monuments. Subscribe right now, hit that bell, and join our growing family of treasure hunters and collectors. Because the next video might just reveal the coin sitting in your pocket worth a fortune beyond belief.